With our students, we know that they are learning a new language, English as a dominant language, but they come in with so many primary Spanish-speaking skills. And so having that opportunity for them to be able to look at numbers, count numbers, explore, engage in collaborative structures with other peers their age really provides an opportunity and a platform for them to listen to the language. Part of the English language learners' approach to learning is first we listen, and then we start writing, and then we respond. So with open-ended questions, this really creates an avenue and a platform for our students to strive and to be able to speak in a safe place, in a safe learning environment, guided with their peers, but also facilitated by their teacher.
Working in a small rural district, it really brings that connection because other places in California also have rural schools. So we really get to see what they're doing, how they're using different strategies, even with their population of students. So we have a high percentage of English learners in our school. So we get to learn a lot about how other schools are doing with their students, what they're implementing, and that's really good to do as a teacher.
It's taken us back to really enable us to provide student voice and choice within our classrooms. We've also been able to promote that language development. We do have a lot of English language learners, and so we have incorporated math number talks so that we can start having them articulate their mathematical thinking aloud. And so that enables other students to be able to pick up from that as well.
It's just great knowing that you are working alongside other public school districts that are trying to improve. It's pretty beautiful because everyone really is kind and really wants to share what they're learning with us.
It's really helping to expand within the other content areas. And our largest population are English language learners, and this has really helped our students with all of the different English language development domains. And so really just getting them to understand, explain, express their reasoning, that's going to translate into the other content areas as well to help them build that language.
So we can't have children who get a great first grade teacher and then maybe a not so great second grade teacher and a not so great third grade teacher. We need everybody to be great. And if everybody's great, then that child now graduating from the system has had a consistent, coherent program because those effective practices are present everywhere.
This work is really complex, and there's some amazing work that's happening across the state of California that we had front row tickets to be able to hear about and learn about. And a lot of those practices we were able to take back into our system in a way that allowed us to learn from people's challenges and successes and then bring back and even enhance the work that we were doing. And I think that is something that often doesn't come as a part of like regular professional development.
Data grounds the conversation, both in the perceptions we might have and the assumptions we make. Bringing data and presenting it on the table really makes you have honest conversations around the reality, not just for the system, but for also the students. That process becomes systematic and more importantly becomes part of the district DNA.
We saw the data, the alignment, and the systems that were structured in a format that would really benefit our English language learners.
It's doing so much. It's like building their vocabulary, especially for my students who are new to the country and they've been here less than 2 years. Whether they're speaking in Spanish or they're working with someone who's speaking in English, they're just building that vocabulary, that language amongst them, and it's been really awesome to see.
I'm excited to see how students represent themselves not only orally, but now in a written manner, because, you know, sometimes they have to not only orally explain what they can do, but they have to be able to write it out. And so that's combining, you know, language arts along with math. And then for our language students that are still developing their oral English and their written English, I think this is a plus for them as well, because they get opportunities to listen to other students model the language, as well as get that practice where they take their turn to also, explain what they can do.
But it's being able to track how they're doing, and we've found some really cool stuff about how the multilingual learners are actually surpassing the English-only learners based on like the 2 years that I've seen in my classroom doing counting collections, which is kind of unheard of, but it's because we're making this kind of a universal language for our students.
You can break the numbers apart so we can make little numbers and add them. Like 5 plus 5, I put them together. I have 10. I got a other 5, put it down, and then I do 10 plus 5, and it makes it easier.
On the top, no need to stop. More on the floor, go next door and get 10 more. Digits the same, zeros the game.
My hope would be that they realize that they have the potential to succeed in life. They are becoming young mathematicians. They're learning the language, they're learning the terms, they're learning the different skills, and they're conceptualizing it in such a way that they're able to articulate, they're able to justify, and more than that, they're able to support one another. So my hope would be that this will provide that foundational setting so that one day, hopefully, they come back and they become some of our teachers.